Brenden, within the darkness you hear. You feel a sharp pain in your side. As you take 24 points of damage.
He holds his breath and thinks, even though it's dark, about that last slave child that's walking back, who's probably just as tall as he is. And even though he takes all this damage, he bites his tongue not to scream out. And he holds resolute. And as he looks to his side, where that pain just came from, he'll put his arm, his hand over there, and see the blood on his hand. He'll make a fist, and as he makes a fist, apparating right beside him is his tiny cannon.
And almost as if on cue, as your cannon spawns next to you, Flip, Constant, Lyrax, you make it to the next room, but it's just pitch black.
Something's wrong, I can't see.
As you step inside,
Can you hear us?
you can hardly see your hand in front of your face.
Yeah, be careful. He's like you, Lyrax.
Handsome?
Huh. So handsome it hurts. Now keep your eyes peeled.
The voice seems to be coming from all around you in this torture chamber. And all of you here now.
So much fresh meat. The blue will be pleased.
Welcome to Stardust and Dragons. Roll initiative. Just as a recap, right now you are in basically a torture chamber. There are 4 stainless steel tables kind of evenly spaced throughout the room. Each one of them has a basket filled with bloody rags on the edge of each one. There are chains hanging up from the ceiling. The ceiling's only about 5 feet tall in this room. So, Lyrax, if you're 6'2", you're probably a little hunched over there. Chains hang from the ceiling, and their surgical equipment and other torture devices hung up on the walls and laid out on trays around on each one of the tables. There's a place over to the right, where there are chains that are now freed, that are now broken because of Brenden and his heroics. There's a pile of clothes and like a little makeshift cot, like a bed area over where the slaves are being kept as well.
I'm gonna stealth up. I don't know if he's so much hiding in a spot as much as he is sticking to the shadows and wandering around and trying to see where this guy is.
You could give me a perception check, but it's going to be with disadvantage.
I figured that would be the case. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's dark in here, by the way. Did you know that? Lyrax just unable to see anything, even with his dark vision. But very stealthy nonetheless, I think. Let me actually check that first. I didn't actually roll. Yeah, very stealthy. 27.
27. Wow. Okay. Remember that. All right. That brings it around to my turn. You can hear the whispers and laughs all around you. It says,
And what brings you so willingly to your tombs this evening? I wonder. Not so chatty now?
Sounds like it's gonna probably be your tune. Show yourself. Maybe we can talk a little bit.
So I'm sure you would like that. But I prefer the shadows. Like your friend. You said we are alike. Tell me, how is it that you think we are alike?
Well, you like the shadows. It's kinda simple. Not trying to be poetic here, I just want to shoot you in your head.
Do you revere death as I do?
No, I'm an old man. Death is a part of life. I don't want to die. I don't really take pleasure in taking other people's lives. You, on the other hand, seem to have a sick fetish with it.
The power to end one's life. Is there anything sweeter?
It's not that hard to end somebody's life. Much harder to keep them going.
Oh no, life is a very fragile thing, isn't it?
It's also quite resilient.
Not as resilient as a sharp blade.
Lyrax,
Yeah, what up?
you feel him next to you for a brief second. You get a brief glimpse of silver. You can't tell if it was the blade, his skin, or his hair. But he strikes at you. And you're just barely misses you as he nicks a bit of your whisker with the blade.
Even though I was stealth up that hard?
Yes.
Wow.
You
Okay.
feel the you feel the flourish of what appears to be a cloak. And then the presence is gone yet again.
I'm a opportunity attack the heck out of that. If I
Okay.
can.
You do so with disadvantage.
Well, yeah, I can't see,
Mhm.
but I'm down for it. Let's go. All right, that's definitely not gonna hit. An 11. A swing and a miss as I catch only air.
You just kind of swing wildly. Ah! Do you check your whisker?
Nah, he just growls. Low, sultry tone.
You think you're safe in the shadows? Little kitten?
I don't think you're any safer.
Flip. Your turn, my friend.
All right. So sound can travel across this. We can hear things.
Yes.
Can I make a perception check to see if I hear anything that's most definitely not one of our people, or at least just any movement? Because the only person that has moved is Lyrax, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want to make a perception check to listen for footsteps.
Interesting. Okay. So you're foregoing your sight and making a perception check based on sound alone, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm not going to give you disadvantage.
Okay.
But you're only going to get information based on what you hear.
Fair enough. All
Alright.
right. Let's roll for it.
I like
That's a
that
21.
I like that ingenuity, though. A 21. So yes, Flip, you quickly discover that while he is very stealthy, he is not silent. He is. It sounds like he is constantly moving. However,
All right.
when you are trying to listen in, he sounds like he's everywhere because these these whispers keep echoing and bouncing off of the walls a bit. But with a 21, which is a solid roll, you are able to isolate his footsteps. I will. You know what direction he's in. I can give you that because you still can't see him. So right now you can say, left, north, south, east, west. I would say right now he's to the front of the room, the north.
Okay. I would just like to point my gun in that direction very quickly, like I'm tracking him. Flips closed his eyes entirely, and he hears the until it's right in front of him. He's like, "Cover your ears, lads." And he shoots twice into the darkness.
Pow pow.
That's a 19 and 19.
With disadvantage?
Oh wait, we gotta roll that one more time. All right, so that's,
one would have definitely been 19.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So second roll. Let's see. That's a nat. Well, that's a 7. I gotta read and say.
7 plus 6. I mean, 7
so
plus...
It's a 6. So I have a 19 and a 16.
A 19 and a 16?
That's enough.
Amazingly, both of those hit. Wow, that was with disadvantage?
Yes.
You roll 2 19s back to back. Wow!
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flip, proving to everyone why he is the gunslinger and a member of the Two Short Men, how he is able to survive for this long. Please tell me what this looks like.
So yeah, as I was saying, Flip closes his eyes, and he's still aiming down the sights, which is funny. He hears exactly where the guy is. Just tells everyone to be quiet, unleashes 2 very explosive shots. Doesn't light up the room, I imagine.
No, it doesn't.
Still. So yeah, sort of silenced and suppressed by the darkness. It's a very dry shot. It sounds like dropping a brick in a hallway. Or like in a room. But yeah. So who exactly, or how'd the other guy take it?
Yeah, you give me some damage, I'll tell you.
So that's 13 and 22, so that is a 35 points of damage.
Shit! 35 points of damage? Oh, yeah, those 2 shots hit him. First there's shock at first the light footsteps go into like heavy footfalls as he kind of
Stumbles over. What's the whispers kind of die down a bit for a second as you just hear the heavy breathing.
Come on now, you've got to have something great to say about fragility of death and all.
This time he growls. Constant, your turn.
Cool. Constant is absolutely panicking. She, for the first time, can't see in the darkness, and that is very jarring for her. She tries to cast light.
You cast light in your hands. Sure. And it lights up a little bit. Actually, the light lights up. But only for 10 feet.
Alright, so she's relieved a little as she sees the familiar light coming up from it looks like it's coming up from beneath her skin. But it doesn't go as far as it usually does.
Okay. I don't think magic light's gonna help us much. Oh. What do we do?
All I could snuffed out by the darkness.
She's like trying not to hyperventilate because that has also freaked her out quite a bit.
There's 5 senses.
There's a good chance I shot him bad. He's probably bleeding. Listen for anything that sounds like water dripping and keep your voices down. Footsteps as well.
Okay.
She closes her eyes and listens.
Perception check. Yeah.
She's too panicked. It's a 5.
Ooh. With a 5, you close your eyes and you try to hear, and you hear.
A shallow grave for the small ones. You're not making it out of here alive. Soon you'll join the bones and we'll put you in the walls for the Christmas.
Get out!
So she just like screams out loud at this voice in her head.
Brenden. Brendan's gonna listen. He's gonna see if he can hear him.
Perception check.
17.
You actually don't hear him.
Okay. We go big or go home, right, guys? Brenden is gonna walk to the middle of the room and down 3 more packets of Stardust.
Pull out the little rainbow-colored sand
And he's gonna hold his action.
Oh, I love this. I see you all thinking so hard right now. At the top of the round, you start to hear, shoot. You know what bones sound like. You hear the sounds of bones clinking together. Lyrax, your turn.
Lyrax is gonna do something different. He shuts his eyes for a second, and at first he's going to, kind of start to listen, but at the same time he is whispering to himself, and he makes a couple of hand signs. And he casts Detect Magic.
Ooh. Ooh, that's pretty good. I see okay, that's pretty good.
It says that I can see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic.
Creature or object, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. So you cast Detect Magic, you start
Forgot I
seeing
had
through.
that.
Yeah, me too. Ooh, this way. Okay. You cast Detect Magic. I'm gonna assume it's that same kind of golden thing like with the Divine Sense.
So for this one, his eyes again, they kind of light up and they sparkle a little bit with almost electric looking golden light in his eyes. But the aura changes colors depending on what school of magic I see.
Okay.
So kind of the same, but not really. Not a little bit different.
You see this this eerie pale green magic. Unmistakable signs of necromancy 5 feet to your right.
He doesn't make any motion like he's seen anything.
You see another necromancy directly behind Flip. And you see I gotta figure out what this is. Conjuration magic. Conjuration magic about 40 feet from you. On the outskirts of the room, on the southwest corner of the room.
Okay.
Just kind of skulking about in the shadows. You still can't really make out the man, but the cloak that he is wearing is lighting up like a beacon now.
Interesting.
Well, that's what you said. It glows, right? I'm doing it right?
No, I see the aura, and if it's extremely magical, it'll probably glow brighter.
Is this okay? So it is concentration. Wow. So you could just see it. Yeah. So yeah, you see him. You see his shirt. You see his cloak.
Lyrax.
That was smart. Good way to get around it.
Let's see. Do I risk the hit?
Well, that was your action.
That was my action.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's something right next to me, so I'm afraid that's going to try and hit me if I move away.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I will bonus action disengage.
Bonus action disengage?
Mm-hmm. As he kind of like very quickly just ducks and twists away from what was sitting next to him.
Okay.
And he'll use his feline agility to close the gap between him and this guy, because that's a free action.
Between you and the main guy?
And the brightly glowing cloak man, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Gonna kind of do it because I have lots of speed, so I can kind of play with it a little bit. I'm gonna kind of do it at like a diagonal angle, like I'm still searching around. Try and not let him know I'm beelining for him. I just want to be within 30 feet of him so I can get to him.
You can give me a deception check.
Yeah, sure.
If you're trying to deceive, if you're trying to be deceptive.
Actually, no. Well, yeah, I'll try, but I want to get within 5 feet of him. I don't know if that'd be harder. Like, just look like I'm blindly stumbling around a little bit.
Give me a deception. Let's see.
It's a 24.
24 on deception?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a good roll.
He can't
All right.
see. It's okay.
Well, he can see.
Oh, nah, never mind. I just look stupid.
That brings us to his turn, actually. This
Okay.
assassin, Lyrax.
Uh-huh.
You see, he attacks you. You see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
But a dirty 20 is still gonna hit you.
It is.
You see, he reaches up against the wall and pulls down like a scalpel. Some of the he pulls down a handful of the surgical equipment.
Cool.
And you see him launch it at you. You take 17 points of damage.
Ow.
As this thing sinks in, it finds like where two plates of armor meet, and it sinks into your shoulder blade like deep.
Ugh.
Yes.
He hisses and kind of recoils a little bit.
He looks, Lyrax, you see this. Constant, you don't. The voices in your head get louder and almost overwhelming. As even as you cast the light, it's almost as if like you just hear these loud, ghostly wails as you try to communicate. It gets so loud that you can't even hear your own voice. You can't even hear your own thoughts, almost. As you take,
It's like holding onto the sides of her head, and the light in her hands just like flickers like a dying light bulb.
this necrotic damage begins to enter your brain as you take 7 points of necrotic damage.
Constance's not looking good.
After Lyrax, you see he looks around and he kind of adjusts his cloak and then kind of sinks back into the shadows.
Oh, I'm an opportunity to attack the heck out of that. Come back here, boy.
Go for it.
I didn't say you could leave. All right, 25 to hit.
Ooh, yes, 25 definitely.
So that's going to be 13 points of regular damage and 13 points of radiant damage as my sword lights up on this
13
guy.
points of regular and 13 points of radiant. You strike, and you definitely hit flesh, but you're familiar with the blade, right? You know that strike should have sunk in a little bit more, as with a flourish of his cape, he does uncanny dodge and halves the damage that he takes from you. As it continues to move out of your range. You can still see him now because you're or no, you need to make a concentration check.
Oh right, yeah.
Because you took damage.
Concentration, Constitution. What we got here? 22.
22.
Natural 20.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I only did like 17 to you. So yeah, okay, good. So yeah, you still see him, but yeah, Yeah, he uncanny dodges, so he halves that damage, and it moves 30 feet away from you again.
Can I go ahead and use my held action?
Yes. What would you like to do?
Chunk will climb out of the cannon, and he hears as Brenden is focused, but Chunk understands Brendan's intention, and he can't pay attention to Constance. So Chunk just jumps onto Constance's shoulder, looks over at her, and then pokes her in the cheek and casts a second level, borrows some magic from his wielder and casts a second level Cure Wounds on her.
Sweet. Okay. This is Stardust infused Cure Wounds?
No, this is a regular. This is a regular.
Cool.
So you get 16 health back.
Mark that slot off.
I did.
All right.
She's like on her knees, but she's getting her breath back.
And he just gives you a little thumbs up.
Thanks.
All right. Good held action there. Constant making sure she stays on her feet. So let's see. Flip, before you go, you actually get attacked.
Now that this guy's walked away from Lyrax and he doesn't need to worry too much, he's gonna say to everybody, I think he has 2 corpses roaming around. And then he's keeping his distance. I can see him with magic.
Flip, you get pierced in the side by a sword as Lyrax says this about the corpses, and you turn and you look and you see a skeletal face. You see a skull standing there as this skeleton stabs you with this sword. Standing there. You take 7 points of damage.
Definitely spooks him a little. And it just cuts me up a little, but
yeah, he slices at you. It just kind of hobbles towards you.
Oh wow, hobbling towards me and everything.
That's it for his turn. Now it is your turn.
All right. For now, I'm gonna use my hand axe in front of me. See if I can swipe at him or anything. That's a not good roll, actually. And I think for my second attack, I'd like to hold it for any sounds.
Okay.
So if I hear anything, I'm going to shoot in that general direction.
You give me perception with disadvantage this time, and because you're literally fighting a skeleton, and there's a lot of noise and stuff going on right now at this moment.
Copy. It can't get much worse than that. So it was
Is it a 1? Is it a 1?
It was a 1, yeah.
All right, so Brenden again. The funniest part about Brenden is super focused, but Chunk is still over there. And Chunk is basically Brendan's right arm at this point, because Brenden is focused on what he's going to be doing next. And as he's seeing Flip trying to listen harder and harder, Chunk is going to fly around towards that skeleton and start trying to bob and weave so that he can actually get another chance of actually listening without having to worry about this skeleton that's bothering him this whole entire time, and use some bountiful luck so that Flip can reroll.
Excellent. All right, I'm gonna reroll that. So, first roll was a 1, second roll was a 20. So yeah, first initial rolls, the natural 1 was a 1. The second roll was a 22. So another
22?
perception. That was the second roll. And then this one is a 17.
Wow, what's crazy is the 21 would have seen him. 17 does not. All right, is that in your turn?
I think that's me for now.
Constant.
All right, see Flip just gets swiped at and hit. She attempts to stuff her panic down long enough to cast Alarm around the two of them.
Ooh, okay. Explain what alarm does, Constant.
All right, she takes a deep breath. She thrusts out both of her arms and a little bubble. Well, a little bubble, a big bubble, a 30-foot bubble. She assumes appears around them. She's doing the magic. I don't know if she can see it because it is with it out of the 10
You can
feet.
feel it.
But she feels the bubble. And for a range of 30 feet, if anything enters that bubble, aside from her friends, she can specify what sets the alarm off and what doesn't. The sound of a handbell will sound for 10 seconds, alerting them that it has entered that area. So she's trying to give them a little bit of warning.
Wow, cool. So yeah, this bubble kind of expands from constant and just kind of like, you know, what washes over all of you, creates this 30-foot sphere of alarm that takes up most of the room, like a good 2/3 of it. Yeah, good job. Okay, anything else?
She's just going to relay to everybody and on the horn what happened. So if they hear bells, they know what it means. Although if they want to escape detection, they better stay in that 1/3 of the room they got.
All right. The next skeleton is gonna go. And Lyrax, you actually got a range. You disengaged from yours. So he turns and he looks at the nearest person that he can hit, which is Brenden. He's going to shamble over to Brenden with his weapon and attempt to swipe at you. 15 does not
misses. Brenden, it hits Brendan's shield. He just not even paying attention to this thing.
As he pings it off of it. All right. They just have one attack each. That's all he does. And that brings us to Brenden.
Brenden, still not where he wants to be at this point. He is getting enraged, still holding his side. He jumps up onto one of the tables, starts to grab his hands along the sides of these torture devices, grabs any knives, grabs any swords, any sharp thing that he can.
Okay.
He looks around to his party and screams, "Duck!" And he throws them up in the air and casts a 4th level thunder wave and shoots them across every portion of the room to try and stab anywhere that's something that's still standing up.
Interesting.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
Like
Let me see.
Can't find him?
Let me see.
Well, let's keep firing around.
I know where he
16 damage.
16 points of damage.
Yes.
Woo! As you release this shrapnel. What a crazy way to use the spell. I like it.
Even more noise.
Even more noise. Hey, look. Stealth is out of the window now, right? You hear? We hear. Okay. How much did you say one more time?
16 points of damage.
16 points of damage. Absolutely eviscerate both skeletons, tearing them apart. It says.
Anybody else get messed up in that? Just the skeletons.
I'm sorry, buddy. Actually, it was 19. My bad.
19 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you still took out both skeletons are down, but I think Flip got hit too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Correct.
It's 19 points of damage.
Yup. But
I'll just add on the last 3.
what I'll say is, Chunk will fly over and sit on Flip's shoulder. Give
a bad shoulder.
The one that now has a knife sticking out of it.
Has a knife sticking out of it.
Yeah. And
Sits on
he'll
the
prepare. His hands start to glow with some healing energy. And that's my turn. Or I guess, let's see. At this point, so now that I've shot all of these, like, crazy things everywhere. Let's see, I think I still have a bonus action. Alright. So for my bonus action, Flip is gonna take Brenden is gonna take out his rope and put it all around him in a circle. And then just get prepared for an attack. Actually, he's gonna take out his tinderbox and just do and he's not gonna do anything with that, but he's gonna hold on to it.
Okay. Cool.
That's gonna be my turn.
Section. Alright, that brings us back to the top of the round. Everyone can make perception checks for me, please.
Do I need to?
Disadvantage. Are you still? Have you got an attack? Did you have to make it with a concentration?
I did already for the once. that you.
Okay, and then you save. So yeah, no, you're fine. But you do see the skeletons that just dropped begin to reform.
Oh god, it's dry bones.
And stand back up.
They're getting back up.
Oh my god.
All right, Lyrax, what do you do?
All right. So this.
Y'all thought this was gonna be easy, huh?
So this man couldn't have moved more than 30 feet away from me, right? Because he didn't dash or nothing.
He may have dashed, but you only saw him move 30 feet. Well,
I
guess you do have the thing. I forgot. Yeah, no, he definitely dashed away.
He dashed.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that you can like see him, which is my bad. But yeah, no, after he got 30 feet away from me, he dashed back around the room. He is staying on the
guide our shots, please.
Yeah, he is staying on the outskirts. As the skeletons get back up, Constant, your alarm goes off, letting everybody know, and then obviously Lyrax is like, "Hey guys, yeah."
Yeah, I'll just be. We'll say so it doesn't get annoying. He's just kind of calling out, northwest, you know. Okay, how far away is he from me?
50 feet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to use my bonus action, unfortunately, because my cat feet haven't recharged yet. So bonus action dash as he closes the distance, rogue for rogue.
Woo! Let's go.
You guys hear just as Lyrax dashes across the room, and as he was like telling you guys where he is, he's like, and he's also just right here. And he goes for his swing.
I see you. He's like,
You can see. Interesting.
I sure can. 20 to hit.
As you run up to him, he takes a defensive stance. 20 to hit. Bow! You hit him.
Let's go. Completely out of spell slots at this point. 7 points of damage to this guy.
Only 7
Minimum
points of damage.
So sorry.
Oh yeah, you run up to him. You say, and he's right here. He holds up his blades in like a defensive stance, and you like slice into his arm, but he's able to like half parry it. So that's only 7 points. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? That's it.
Bonus action movement. I'm done.
Okay. All right. That brings it to Kaylen's turn. Awesome. Okay. Let's go then. If this is what we do it.
If you want. Go ahead.
What's up? Okay.
That's okay. Keep hiding. I got you.
All right. He's not going to shoot because he knows you can see him now. So I don't think he doesn't get a sneak attack on you anyway.
You tried that last workout.
I know. Makes me angry. But he is gonna stay there and fight you though. He's gonna swing.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Oh god.
Mm-hmm. And that only works with sneak attack now. Dang, you are so lucky. All right, just regular damage. You take 8 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
You take 8 points of damage. He's got his 2 daggers. He half parries you, and then he just stabs you. Just like take a couple of pinpricks at you and stabs you.
Man, skeleton magic's still going after all these hits. I hate it.
Yes.
Natural 20 again on the concentration check from me.
Woo!
You ain't leaving.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Is he gonna stay right here?
He is.
Okay. He's right here.
The skeletons are gonna go, or well, one of the skeletons is gonna go.
Did they reform already?
Yeah, you missed that. They reformed at the top of the round.
Oh God! You broke them at the bottom of the round, and they reformed at the top.
They reformed
immediately
in one turn.
Yes.
Less than a turn. Okay.
He's not concentrating. What the hell?
If it makes you feel better, I could say that they were different skeletons. But either way,
yes, that would make me feel much better. Actually,
okay.
The skeletons that were just destroyed automatically just get back up. Oh,
good job! You damage split for 19.
It's that like I used a 4th level spell for no reason whatsoever.
That's just how it happened. Okay, we'll say two new ones come up then. Either way, at the top of the round, skeletons spawn. So
At least they're slow, right?
yeah. One of them attacks you, Brenden.
Okay, bring it. Not afraid of no skeleton.
Ain't afraid of no ghosts.
And you shouldn't be. He natural one.
Yeah.
All right.
He crumbles too.
yeah. All right. Right. Constant.
So it's just here with this cannon, right? Like it's still just chilling
Yep,
here.
it's right next to you.
Okay, she's gonna think, or she's gonna send the message.
Can I, like, use this?
No, but
What does this do?
you can aim it for me.
Okay. That I can do?
So she's gonna listen for where the commotion is and aim the cannon in that direction.
Okay. Yeah, Lyrax called out the you can give me a perception check to kind of help, because right now it'd still be a disadvantage anyways.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to use an advantage or it's an area effect.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, you know the general direction then, yeah.
Alright, Lyrax, flip. I don't know what this is, but it pointed your way.
Wait, what?
Huh?
This giant thing that Brenden brought.
Wait, don't point giant things at me that Brenden brought. I see those explode a lot.
Oh.
I mean, I can't use it, but just... It's there.
Acknowledged.
Thanks.
Anything else for us, Constant?
No, she's just gonna keep holding down this bubble for it. And pointing a loaded bomb.
Okay. That brings us to Brenden.
So Brenden, hearing what's going on over in the side, rips open his last bag of Stardust. The rainbow-colored powder goes into his mouth and into his stomach, and this time it focuses straight on his arm. His wristband that usually shoots out this spell starts to glow, and this time, knowing that it has the Stardust, a thing activates on his arm and begins to glow. 3 little prongs go up, kind of like they did in Iron Man in the first time when he shot the tank. He jumps down, the barrel rolls forward, runs past Constant, run past Flip, aims, puts his arm on top of his cannon, which is just walked forward so that he makes sure that he gets it correct. As the two of them go back and forth, their swords clinging, Lyrax pushes him off and gives Brenden the opening he needs, and he fires 3 supercharged bolts of fire right towards this torturer. They hit him in the head, the chest, and the gut.
I love it. Oh yeah. How much damage?
31 damage.
Ooh, boy. He gets hit with all 3 of these rays so hard that he goes flying back into the wall, and he kind of like crumbles down to the ground a bit. He's just very, very labored breathing. All of the whispers and stuff that were going around in you guys' head and kind of trying to distract you, all begin to cease, and all of the sound kind of starts to like zoom in on him, or like kind of being pulled back into him, you know, as his spell effects kind of start to wear off, and he's just, it goes from to just as he's breathing all heavy.
The top of Brendan's cannon aims down. He's not even trying to hit him. But right above his head, a stream of fire shoots out onto the wall, outlining his whole body in black tar and black soot. as Brenden stands there with his friend that has a freaking knife out of his shoulder and this other bleeding, like a friend now, Lyrax. And he takes out his pistol, brings his shield back up to his chest. Still want to talk about how fragile life is. And points his pistol at this figure on the ground.
Oh, he glares at all of you. For the first time, you actually get a clear look at your assailant. He's a Shatter Kai. I hope I say that right. He looks to be about a little over 5 feet tall. He's a lithe, agile build. He's got long, stringy limbs, but very toned muscles. He's got silver piercing eyes that glare at each one of you, and you can literally see the fight or flight information zooming through his brain as he's clenching his singed chest. His skin is a deep shade of gray with a faint shimmer that kind of reflects the light, being as pale as he is, and he's completely bald. He lacks hair of any kind. No eyelashes, no beard, no hair, nothing. Giving him kind of a gaunt, skeletal kind of look about him. And he glares at all of you, baring his teeth, holding his head against his chest. And as you look down at him, you see, on his belt, a keyring. He glares up at you. He says, "We'll be done with it then. I will join the eternal gloom."
Brenden cocks his pistol, and as he's about to fire, the glint of all of the chains on the wall that's basically are right beside him catch his eye, and he puts the hammer back up and flips the gun back into its holster. And he simply says, "You know, I met some people before I came here. I told them I'd stop you. Funny enough, I think them seeing you in this state would do a lot better than me blowing your brains off. So instead, you're gonna be the one that's shackled here, waiting on the people you experimented to come and do what they do with you."
You're mistaken. You think I'm the doctor? No.
He feels a blade tap under his chin, kind of lift his head up a little bit.
His lip starts to quiver, as like you can tell that he's like trying to put on like that, like face death with dignity. As he looks you dead in the eye, Lyrax.
Yeah, Lyrax, by the way, as the lights come back on, Lyrax is covered in wounds. He is not looking good. But he looks in this light like very ferocious. Like one eye's got the blood coming down over it and kind of squinted, but his eyes are full of anger. And he looks down at him and he says, "I don't know if I can spare you another couple of seconds of life. So how about you change my mind and tell me a little bit more about this doctor?" While I'm feeling generous.
He is stone-faced as he stares at you. You can give me persuasion, intimidation. What? Tell me what you're rolling, though.
As Lyrax is looking at this guy, this enslaver, this torturer.
Allegedly.
Well, you know. Assistant torturer, assassin.
He's definitely a
sees
murderer.
A lot of
you call him
things.
that.
Yeah.
Torture.
He sees a lot of things that remind him of what happened on his home planet and the kind of people that Aurora likes to employ. And as he sees this embodiment of what he considers malice and evil, the thing that he was trading blows with a second ago that stabbed him and his friends extremely hard, and that bloodlust is kind of in his eyes, he more feels than takes his paladin oath as it comes on. And it feels like a resolve and a commitment forged through his bloodshot eyes in this moment. But it's very, very firm as he takes the oath of vengeance.
Wow. The oath of vengeance. In this moment, you see, in this, like you said, this slaver, this oppressor, you don't just see this assassin here in front of you. No, you don't just see Kaylen Silvermist. You see all oppressors. You see the oppressors of Achilles. You see the oppressors of the galaxy. And in that moment, you know in your heart of hearts what your oath is and what you stand for.
I don't know what god answers that call, but I imagine there's one that feels that commitment and forges this bond. We can get into the details of that later, but I think his mane kind of like raises a little bit as if static electricity was charging it, and he just looks charged in that moment. Yeah.
This
very anime.
This electrical energy kind of washes over you, Lyrax, and normally paladins they are bathed in holy light in this aura, and Flip, Brenden, Constance, you guys see this too, and even Kaylen, his eyes get a little bit wide as the aura, as you are bathed in this light, and as it touches the ground, it begins to deepen into more of a crimson color. This light over you, and it kind of swirls and settles onto your mane as this light is not one of purity and of righteous forgiveness. No, this is righteous anger. This is vengeance, holy vengeance against those who seek to do wrong and oppress others. As this quiet moment passes, you feel invigorated, almost as though your blood-stained mane and the blood on your chest and on your face feel more like war markings now than wounds from a battle. They are making something. A soldier a soldier of undeath. Endless slaughter, endless life. The gloom will be pleased. Yes, the gloom will be pleased.
I guess I'll just have to cut that down too. In a small moment of clarity, he does look at Brenden, because Brenden had made a speech about giving him over to the people that ran away.
He's not the doctor, apparently. Do what you will, Lyrax.
Y'all remember why y'all came down here, right?
Yeah, we're gonna steal some keys, but that's off his dead body, so it doesn't matter much.
Lyrax shrugs. This guy's wearing like a cool cloak, right? Yeah, he's gonna stoop down, like pop a squat real fast, and take his hood and pull it down.
He attempts to stab you.
Oh, will he?
Yeah.
All right, well, you're ruining the moment, my guy. You're supposed to be dying.
Have I not made it clear that this dude worships death?
All right, does he? Does he hit me?
15.
No.
Yeah, no. You attempt to take clothes off. Yeah, he swiped with his daggers.
Yeah, I'll just say Lyrax still has a shield strapped to his arm. Just fucking smacks it away and finishes his motion. And he'll stand back up now that the cloak's out of the way and behead him. This swift strike. And I don't know if any of you guys are looking at him, but he's got a very, I wouldn't say cold, but a very focused look about him that you haven't really seen before. Before he was kind of, I don't know, sad, aloof, jokey, and now he looks purposeful. And he does this as if, I don't know, you're peeling banana or like cutting up some carrots for dinner. Like it's nothing.
Well, he probably doesn't see Constant because she's still like a little bit further away with her bubble. But she's never seen a live beheading before, and she is now absolutely terrified of Lyrax.
Hey, we went dress shopping. It's okay.
It's hard to remember that when a head is rolling, quite literally.
Yeah, how does she? Yeah, the head rolls right at Constance's feet.
Like the scream catches in her throat, and she like can't look away. But this is definitely something she's not going to forget.
Yeah, he flicks the blood off his sword and sheaths it. Just gonna take that cool cloak. And I don't know if I saw, or I guess I still have detect magic. Is there anything else I need to steal? Besides the keys, of course.
No, that's the only magic item that he had.
Alright, I'm gonna take that cloak.
Okay.
Toss the keys to Brenden, I guess.
Brenden will catch him. His face is also a little, it's not as wide-eyed as as Constance, but is surprised that that's the way he decided to do it. Brenden is like in his mind, he's just thinking, wow, who did we let on our ship?
He said, I thought I knew this guy. Thought I was getting to know him.
But he stands resolute, grabbing the keys, and
you examine the keys, and one of them is quite. It looks like a mundane like key, to open. I mean, it's a little bit larger than the others, but it's a key to open a stick it in a thing and so on. But it's been decorated. Actually, it's got like a little golden metal wrapped around it, a little like golden metal wire wrapped around it. At the top of the key is a little heart has been etched into it, and on the base of the key where you insert it, it says it has a J and an E inscribed on it. Yeah. All is quiet for a couple of minutes as you guys kind of gather yourself. And then suddenly you hear that metal door that the crowbar was stuck in. You hear more banging as more goons, more guards, begin to come see what's going on. And yeah, you see they start banging and shaking the door and everything. And who's in there? What's going on? And they turn and they look, and see say, get this door open. And you hear commotion on the other side. What do you guys do?
Lyrax, you got any symbol for whatever the heck whatever the heck that was?
A symbol?
Yeah, something these people can remember you by.
I do, actually.
Well, now would be a good time to announce your presence. And only a way that you know how.
Yeah, I mean, there won't always be blood, so, like, I guess I'll use my sword. And he's just gonna carve real quick. It's a pretty simple symbol with some sharp edges on it. The royal crest of his home country.
Flip just wants to look at the symbol, give it a nod, look at Lyrax, give him a nod, and head towards Brenden and Constant.
He'll nod back. And then follow the group.
You said that the top of this is just rock and earth and stuff like that, right? Brenden will ask Flip, hey, I don't know if we can do much to destroy rooms like this, but we're not really into this type of war. You got anything that can potentially bring these walls down?
Me?
I mean, you got the rifle and things that I built you.
Between the two of us, you're asking me if I have anything that makes things go boom. Insane.
Alright, fine. And Chunk will go to the top of the roof above the door. And I'm going to use another Thunder Wave in attempt to cave in this entire area as we retreat.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Chunk runs up there. He does his little finger thing where he just taps the ceiling and it causes the thunder wave, and rocks begin. Just as the enemy casters mold earth around the middle door, bow, falls down to the ground with a loud thud. And just as they start to run in, the cave in, the ceiling begins to collapse and cave in, destroying that part of the torture chamber.
Awesome. And yeah, after that I'm just assuming running quietly back towards the way we came.
Yeah, you guys, this is actually where we're going to end our session, is with you guys making your escape from the catacombs back through the mines.
Absolutely.
With the heart of the cluster in tow.
Amen.
Congratulations, you guys survived your first boss fight.
Barely.
Let's go.
I was on 9.
I was down to 4. Yeah.
Oh,
wow, really?
You got hit?
Whoa!
I don't
That's
have
right, you did
any
get hit.
points.
Oh my.
Brenden, Flip, how you
So
guys
I'm chilling.
looking?
I'm at like 30.
I'm fine.
at like 30 suit.
Yeah.
32.
Even after you got friendly fire.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
I'm
had how
jealous.
many left,
I had
Christian?
21. I was fine. I mean, I got
21?
hit with that
Okay,
29 off that first one, and that kind of... Or 24 off of that first one, and kind of messed me up. But
Well, it's because you guys went loud. If you had stealthed the whole way through, you would have, like,
let's
me
hold.
and Caleb designed it that way.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Goodbye.
Thank you guys for another awesome episode. We'll see you next time.
We love you.
That was Christian Hatcher as Brenden Dionheart, Dan Wood as Flip Odonell, Max Morin as Lyrax Proudmane, Rayna Mcguire as Constance, and Brandon Hatcher as your DM. Stardust and Dragons is co-produced by Christian and Brandon Hatcher and Caleb Patrick. This episode was edited by Max Morin and me, Christian Hatcher. If you like our content, the best way to support us is to find us on Patreon at patreon.com/SpeakeasyProductions. There you can find our Discord, art, and special deals on how you can get more involved with our community. For more information, make sure to look us up at stardustanddragons.com. And remember, our adventure is in the stars.